Welcome to Little's Pressure Washing. Good morning. It's Monday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week so far. It's the start of the week. It's a beautiful day out. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and tap the notification bell to all so you never miss a video when we go live or drop a video. Today, we're going to be doing a insurance claim house right here. We're going to be doing start to finish. We just arrived. We just greeted the homeowner, and we're going to roll our hoses out and get to cranking, guys. We're going to be doing brick, and we're going to be doing the walkway and the driveway. I'll show you what we're doing. Let's go. First thing we do is roll our hose out. We block off the area. We put a wet floor sign in case people come outside there. And we're going to do a walk around and tape off anything that needs to be taped off. Tornado damage. There was a tornado that ravaged this neighborhood. They got their roof fixed since then. So there's blue little particles and dust all over here. And I'll show you around back too. See, it took that whole fence out right there. So we'll probably throw this building in for free. We're gonna hit this patio as well. Little pieces of insulation up there. We're gonna hit the gutters. We're gonna hit the house. All from the tornado damage come through. I don't see anything that needs to be taped off thus far. Look how bad that was, right? Pretty bad off. We always put our signs in the yard. Prep work is everything. It's very important. So when I pull my hoses out, I pull them all the way far as I can pull them. I loop back and I do it over and over so that when I'm washing the house, they don't kink up as I pull the hose out. So it's very strategic. The first thing I do when I'm doing a complete house wash and grounds as well is I apply a pre-treatment onto the concrete. As you see in this video, I'm applying SH at about a 1 to 1.5% mix through my Comet P40 soft wash system. We also have an AR45 system. Those are both good units. They're just by two different companies. They put out the same amount of gallons per minute. In flow and PSI, you want to do low pressure, high gallons per minute. See what we're doing? We're coating this concrete so that when we work our way around the house, at the very end, we're going to come back and surface clean this concrete, and then most of the algae will be done. So work smarter and not harder. You let the chemicals do the work for you, just like getting in the shower. You don't blast yourself with hot water. You let the chemicals work. You also want to use hot water, but you want to let the chemicals work. So in this video, we're letting the chemicals work. So they'll have about an hour to sit there and kill the algae, which is more than enough time. So when we're prepared to surface clean, we'll come back and we'll just knock it off. It'll be so much easier to remove. So I hope this has helped somebody. Let's continue this house wash. Now, normally we don't move property, but since this is a widow that recently just lost her husband, she has nobody to move this stuff. We're going to move it for her. We've gotten friendly with her and got to know her. She's an amazing woman that adopts children. She has a lot of adoption and foster children. She's such an amazing woman. And she has this cleaned up because the tornado damage from her house. She hired us. She was going to hire another company or was looking at them, and they wanted to charge her $1 a minute. What kind of sales and service is that, charged by the minute? I was like, goodness gracious. And they were wanting to just rip her off. So what we did was came in and we basically gave her a super, super amazing deal and threw a lot of stuff in, no charge. And we do extra stuff like this. We always move the stuff and move it back. So right now we're putting it in a dry area. And then once we're done cleaning, we're going to move it back. What we're doing here is we're doing some more plant protection. We always wet the ground in front of it. We're also moving her stuff since she's not able to. Right here, we're going to slow it down a little bit and let you see how we wet these plants. We wet everything, always wet, especially on a hot day like this. Remember, the first thing that hits these plants and the grass, it's going to suck up. So if it's 12.5%, man, it's going to kill that. You don't want to kill anybody's landscaping. See how we have everything moved right now out of the way and it's protected and it's not going to get any bleach on it. That's what we do. As we move to the other side, the first thing we do is wet the plants. Wet, wet, wet. Now we're in front at the garage. We're going to be washing the garage doors and wetting everything down. And then we're going to hit it with a SH mix with some surfactant. Moving along over here, once again, we're wetting everything down and getting ready to hit it with some surfactant and SH. This neighborhood was devastated by the tornado, so you'll see in a minute as I wash up in here by the door, there'll be toilet paper that's flew in for the neighbor's house, insulation, everything up in the top. Watch as I wash up in here, you'll see it start to come down. Boom, there goes a piece right there. I mean, it just came through and tore this golf course up. Once we've washed in there, we rinse everything down towards the driveway. Remember, the driveway is the last thing we're going to wash. But I want to make sure we get all these corners. You don't want to miss anything. It's easy to overlook a corner. You want to make sure you're hitting it all. All right, we've got our house wash dialed in our SH. We're at about a 1.5 to 2% mix. Like I said, the brick's not really dirty. It has insulation on it from the houses that have been destroyed and blown from the tornado everywhere. So we're going to make sure we're hitting all this brick, the white. We want to give this house a complete makeover and knock all the insulation down and get it looking amazing. As you see me going back in here, we got all the insulation down. It looks good. We're going to rinse this door off real good. And yeah, we're happy with how it's looking so far. Let's work our way around the other part of the house. Let's go. On this side of the house, it's a straight shot. We got our hoses out so they're not kinked all the way. We're going to move these garbage cans out and we're going to rinse it top to bottom, hitting around the windows, back and forth, back and forth. We're going to work our way up, back and forth, top to bottom, back and forth. Don't you wish we could really wash this fast in real life? Look at this insulation on this person's wall right here. Now, they've had their house washed, but apparently they didn't do a good job. So maybe we'll have them give us a call here in a minute. Let's move the camera around a little bit and let's get a better angle over here. Let's hit the back. You ready? Let's rock and roll. We're going to hit the shop right here. We're going to work our way around. Like I said, we've already wet all this vegetation down, so we're hitting it with the SH 12.5 at a 2% mix with some surfactant with a little bit of Klingon in there to make it hang and do its job. This back area is not that bad. A lot of the bad black and algae is on the ground below me right here. We'll hit it from the top to bottom and spray this concrete pad. At the very end, we're going to surface clean all this and we're going to get it looking amazing. We're going to make this house look brand new. Always go above and beyond, people over profits. Like I said, we're moving the stuff for the lady here. We want to make sure we do an amazing job. Always treat people's homes like it's your own or your mother's or your father's or your grandparents. Just treat it with love and integrity and respect. We're going to hit the east side wall right here. There wasn't much debris blown on this, but we're still going to make it look really good. We're going to give it a nice fresh rinse and facelift. Back over here, we're going to start from one side to the other and make sure we didn't miss any spots. Double check. That was good. So we're back up here at the front. We're going to apply this SH and surfactant across the front side. Make sure our hose isn't kinked. We're going to work from one side to the other. Now remember, on the side over here, we weren't able to get but halfway, so here we are again. Always go above and beyond and give your customer 1,000,000%, always. Now we're on the front side. We're going to make sure we hit those peaks at the very top. The thing I love about this P40 and AR45 systems that we use is you can hit 2 or 3 stories easily. We're able to also pull that trigger and get a full blast or open it up and get a fan pattern when we're at the windows. Right here, I'm trying to knock a dirt dauber's nest off of the brick, and we're able to do that without messing up the brick because it's enough pressure to do that, but it's enough to not cause any damage. And then when we hit the windows, we open up at a fan sprouter. We open it up. We only hit a straight stream when we're on brick like that, but when we're on the windows, we always open it up for a fan, and we're able to knock dirt daubers down and bees and stuff like that may be in our way from up top, walls and stuff like that, and we're able to adjust the trigger from a fan pattern to a straight shot by the way we pull the trigger. If we barely pull it, it's a fan. If we pull it all the way, it's a straight shot. That's what I like about these blue and red guns from General Pump. They're amazing. See how we got a fan pattern here on the window? We'll just knock the dirt off of it. That's it. Let's go. Moving back along the west side of the house, we're knocking it from the south to the north on the west side of the brick, all the way from the vinyl down. And we also going to hit these garbage cans while we're over here. Always go above and beyond, guys. People over profits. All right, let's hit the north, south, east, and west side of the shop. And then we're going to make sure we hit it along the window and the top of the ridge line. We're going to turn around and we're going to hit this brick house on the side. Make sure we don't miss anything from the top to the bottom. Moving along to the shop, again, we're going to hit this door area. You see how the SH has already knocked all that algae off. We ain't even got to the rinse, and these chemicals are knocking it out the park. I'm so happy with it. Speaking of chemicals, we're launching our own product line. Stay tuned. We got some awesome, amazing chemicals coming from our factory, Little's Pressure Washing. Make sure you stay tuned for that. It'll be here within the next 30 days. Let's go, guys. Let's get back to this house wash. Moving along the back of the house here, we're going to make sure we got all these windows looking good. Look how white it looks. That's from the SH and the chemical doing its job. Even though the brick did not need to be washed, we're going to rinse and wash the entire house, start to finish, top to bottom, and we're going to make it look amazing. Back on the front, we always do everything a couple of times. A lot of people do a one and done. As you see, look how good it's looking. We're getting the brick, the white, everything looks simply amazing, guys. I'm so happy with these chemicals we're using. Like I said, I can't wait to launch our chemicals. It's going to be amazing, man. Since we've knocked everything off the porch, we're going to rinse it and wash it down towards the driveway, and that's where we're going to be doing last, the driveway after the sidewalk. Once again, for the third time, we're going in here and making sure we hit everything, make sure it's looking good, and getting all the SH on there, making sure it's nice and going to be working good, and then we're going to be rinsing it here shortly once it's had enough time to work. Always cone off your area as well, guys, so nobody can run over your hoses and nobody trip. Always do safety first. Now we're going to use the ball valve and connect it to the big guy surface cleaner. This is a 28-inch whisper wash. We're going to go up and down so we don't stripe. We always post-treat at the end, but another preventative measure we do is we'll crisscross. We'll go back and forth a couple times, and then we'll go the opposite way, up and down, and we also see how we cock it back and forth, a little back and forth, back and forth, back and forth as we go in. That's to prevent like straight lines. You see, it works for us, so if we kind of cock it back and forth and opposite, switch up the patterns, then we won't leave any lines. And see how we do like little squiggly? That also helps us prevent lines, because if you go back and forth, you're going to have lines straight and you can see everywhere you went. That's just what works for us. We kind of give it a squiggle back and forth, and we go one way and we also go the other way, kind of like a hashtag. We go over and under, back and forth like a T, so we don't leave any lines. And then we always post-treat at the end. All right, we're going to rinse all the insulation, all the SH and chemical from the porch, work our way out down to the driveway. Everything's going to be rinsed, and then we're going to do a post-treatment once we're done. Now we're going to go back on here and work our way from the top down around the door. Very careful, guys. We're using a pressure washer with a ball valve so we can get a lot more rinse. We're rinsing at 10 gallons a minute so we can be super effective. We were using a soft wash system when we started, and now we're using the pressure washer at the end. You see we got the alarm system and the door taped up with blue tape there. Right here, I'm trying to knock down a little bit of a dirt dauber nest up in there. So we're going to take, and I'm going to try to hit it with that and knock it down without damaging anything. So we'll take the tip of the ball valve, just give it a little knock it down like there. Got it off, and then we'll get ready to rinse. Let's go. All right, we successfully knocked it down. Now we're going to rinse everything from the top to the bottom. We do this a couple times. We always do everything wash twice and rinse twice, so we make sure we get it good. And yeah, it's just about going above and beyond. We don't try to be the fastest. We want to be the best. Once everything's knocked down, we're going to rinse from the bottom out. We're going to rinse our boots off, make sure we're not tracking up anything. We're going to rinse the ledge of the bottom of the steps off and work our way from the walls down and from the concrete out. And it's going to look good when we're done. From this angle right here, you're able to see how good it's looking. We're rinsing from the top all the way to the bottom, and we got it looking good. I seen a little bit of algae over here, and I'm just kind of OCD with it, so we're actually hitting it with the bricks with the pressure washer. We don't use a pressure washer on any part of the house besides concrete and brick and stuff like that and block. So yeah, if you see a little spot, always hit it. Don't go say, hey, the homeowner won't see it. You always want to make sure you're doing, see how I do things 2 or 3 times? I want to make sure it looks amazing. I treat every home like it's my home. So I do it several times, go above and beyond. See the tape I just pulled off? We got the tape off of it now. Everything looks good. Moving to the back, we're going to do the back just like we did the front. So now we're going to surface clean it. After we pre-treat it, it's going above and beyond. And they didn't even want this done. We threw this in. It's about going above and beyond, guys. I can't preach it. Look how bright this concrete looks. It looks amazing, guys. I can't make it up. It looks amazing. Go above and beyond. And then we're going to re-hit these walls right here in the steps and make sure we aren't leaving any dirt anywhere, guys. People over profits. We're going to put everything back the way we found it, except the concrete looks brand new. People over profits. Now we're going to roll our hoses up. We're going to start with the water hose and the cones and the yellow tape, and we'll get everything nice and ready to go. Now we're going to go do the final rinse and post-treat to make sure everything looks good. We're going to lay down the post-treatment after we rinse. We're going to rinse this final bit off right here, make sure it looks good. We're doing our final rinse right here before we lay the post-treatment down, rinsing the garage doors, taking the tape off, making sure everything's nice and tightened up. All right, guys, it's a wrap. It is 11:37. We got our sign up. We got the driveway looking amazing. Look, we got every bit of algae off of this drying. We would have surface cleaner twice. We pre-treated it, surface cleaned it, post-treated it. We got all the algae off, all the tornado damage off of this house. We did the walkways up under here. There was a lot of stuff under here. Remember this? Got all that out, got that clean. Everything put back. We moved everything, put it back exactly how it was. See the tornado damage, guys? See all that toilet paper, and not toilet paper, but fiberglass all over that wall. They just replaced that roof over there. But we got this house looking amazing. We went ahead and threw in the shop, no extra charge. Patio, no extra charge. Threw in this extra, no extra charge. No extra charge. Moved everything, moved it back. And yeah, did the gutters, the brick, the vinyl, the windows. And then at the end, we post-wet the plants again. Saturated them. So that's it, man. It's a wrap. We're on this beautiful golf course out here. Probably get some work calls from people. See, like that tornado. Took the fence down. It did some damage. Took the whole roof off there. But yeah, man, that's a wrap, guys. That's it.